What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are, Wednesday morning, locking up not just the daily goal, but 6 times the daily goal, up over $3,000, trading with max share size of 2,000 shares. Hindsight being 2020, this would have been a great day to start the small account challenge, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. This is just still training, getting ready. Cyber Monday, this coming Monday. That's day one of the small account challenge. And I hope that we see something as incredible as we saw today, a stock that squeezed up 100, 200, 300, 400, 500%. And that was in a matter of about 25 minutes. I mean, absolutely wild. That right there, that type of volatility equals opportunity. And I want to teach you guys how to capitalize on it. All right, so make sure you check out the Black Friday sales. Right down there below is a link. Black Friday countdown is underway. Jump over there, use that coupon code, and become a member of the Warrior Trading family. I'm gonna show you some video today of students in the chat room who paid off their entire education on one trade today on the stock that I made 6 times my daily goal on. All right, so let's get into the recap. All right, you guys, so we're gonna do our midday market recap here, and this is a nice one because here we are going into a little bit of a holiday weekend. A lot of you guys are probably going to take the, obviously, hopefully Thanksgiving day off. I mean, the market's closed, and hopefully you guys don't have to work another job on Thanksgiving, but we've got the day off tomorrow for day trading. Friday is a half day in the market. I'm going to trade in the morning, see what I can find, but I don't expect that things are going to be crazy good. And in fact, today I had pretty low expectations of what we would get in the market. And that makes it that much sweeter that I'm finishing with 6 times the daily goal, $3,142 of profit, trading with 2,000 share max share size. So you guys can see the PNL right there on my screen, $3,142.67. Not bad at all. Those of you guys who have not already jumped over to the website to check out the Black Friday sales and specials, I really encourage you to do it. This is a day where I'm going to show you the P&L of, well, of course you can see my P&L, but I asked students, I said, how much did you guys make? And we had students that were really crushing it today, which is awesome. I saw Ibrahim locked up about $8,400 on this PNRL trade, which is awesome. You can see Zachary, 8,400, 1,100, 839. So you guys, of course, listening in on the chat room right now, who locked up some really nice profits, I'd be curious how many of you guys paid for your entire education just today in one day. There's not a lot of jobs where, once you, except maybe being a surgeon, an $80,000 bill for like a, broken ankle or something like that. Okay, those guys, but they don't get that money. That money goes to the hospital. I don't know how it works. I'm not a doctor, but there's not a lot of careers where you can pay off your entire education with one really good day. Maybe as a lawyer, you get a good settlement or something like that. You get a percentage of it, but that's that's after you've been doing it for a long time. What was that show, Damages? I don't know how many of you guys saw that with Glenn Close, but you got to work a whole career to have days like that. Day trading, once you understand the strategy, you have the discipline to follow the rules, then, you trade in the simulator, you prove you have what it takes, you flip the switch, you go live. And the cool thing is, a lot of you guys are trading in our simulator. You're using the Sterling Sim. So this right here, this is my my regular, this is my new CMEG account. It's all set up, it's ready to go. I haven't taken a trade in it yet, but it's good to go. And this is the same exact software. You guys will notice it's very familiar. This is the same software that you guys are using in the simulator. I've changed around the hotkeys just a little bit. So if I press this Shift 1, what it's gonna do is it's gonna load the order for 303 shares. That's using 90% of my buying power. This is a stock over $4, so I have more buying power. OSN is a lower price stock. Shift 1, I can only buy 152 shares. So no margin on it, I probably wouldn't take that trade. So I'm gonna close this for a second and I'll open up the simulator so you guys can see those of you watching on YouTube, that it is literally the exact same software, which is good. You know, you prove you have what it takes to trade in the sim. You know that when you flip the switch and trade with real money, it's not like, you know, you learn to drive on a go-kart and now it's time to get in, you know, the front seat of a, I don't know, Mercedes or something like that. It's the same. It's the exact same software. So the logo is in the background for all of our sim traders. All right. So anyways, today, really kind of a surprise and kind of a bumpy day. My very first trade was on SFET. Okay, so SFET, let's look at the gap scanner. This stock met the criteria for being a stock worth trading. The price, the float, the gap, the volume, and the news catalyst. So SFET, I pull it up pre-market and I'm looking at the chart and I noticed that it was already stair-stepping down. And I drew some of these lines here. This is based on chapter 4 of the day trade course where I, you know, map out support resistance levels. And I said to myself, if it can break 1083, it looks really good. The bell rang and I'm gonna switch to a 10-second chart here so we can look at this kind of micro pullback that occurred right around 1030. All right, so right here, that was my entry. The stock opened, it sold off, it then squeezed up to $10.29. It pulled back and I jumped in at $10.30. And on this squeeze here up to 1072, I took my profit on about 75% of the trade. And then I held the rest until I stopped out right here as it came back down to break even. This is a great example of taking base hits. On this trade, the base hit paid me let's see, it was $358, okay, on that base hit. So, you know, that's a small win. If I had been going for a home run on that trade, I wouldn't have sold any of it because my target would have been that it breaks 1083 and then rips up towards 11. So I would have held the whole thing. Now, if that had happened, I would have made a lot more money because, you know, if that had happened and I'd held the whole position, I would have made more than having sold 75% of my position right here. But by doing that, what I did was I built a cushion for myself on the day, up $100 or $350. So that's kind of the start of the day. I trade for income. I do this to make money, to pay my bills. And, you know, that's how it was when I got started. And that's the way I continue to treat the account. So that was a nice small base hit. All right, next trade was on HEPA. All right, well, HEPA got me good. It got me about 3 times in a row. So on this one, you can look at the daily chart and you can see that yesterday HEPA squeezed up at kind of power hour, the end of the day, all the way up to an after hours high of 586. It then drops back down and starts to surge up here this morning. So as it started to surge up, I was like, okay, you know, I like the look of this. I think I'm going to jump in on a pullback setup and try to ride this momentum up towards 530, 540. So the first candle right here was 518. It drops down. I don't take the trade, but then it curls back up right here. I'm thinking if it breaks over 518, that is something I'm interested in. It breaks 518. I don't end up taking that trade, but it does a little pullback right here at 525, and I got in at 525. It pops up to a high of 540. I sell, take my profit, and I made about $80. All right, $80. That's a small winner. I then get back in as it comes back up for what I thought was going to be the breakthrough high of day, but I got in at about 35 right up here, and it hit 40 and then dropped down, and just like that, I was down $120 on the stock. It then curls back up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going for it again, and it fakes me out a second time. And at that point, what I was looking for was the 5-minute flat top breakout. So that's once and that's twice. And now look at this thing. This thing is now halted at $6.02. And I'm the guy who managed to lose money on it. You know, sometimes you can have the right idea and the timing's wrong. Why it broke out just now the way it did, I have no idea. The setup at this point at 11, you know, a little past 11 in the morning, it's not as strong. But in any case, I stopped out on it and I gave it a few tries and I lost on each of them. Now, I did not have 3 consecutive losers. I had 2 consecutive losers, and then all of a sudden, off the high day momentum scanners, PNRL. So PNRL hits here at 317, 346, and it gets halted at 364. And initially, I typed it in right here, PNRL, and I didn't see any news. So I was like, I don't know. You know, yesterday I took a trade on a stock off the scanner like this with no news, and I lost money. So I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure about it. And then while it was halted, I pulled it up here to look at the chart, and I realized that there was news. It just didn't show up in my Lightspeed feed. So I was like, oh man, okay. Well, it's got news. Closes a $9 million royalty financing deal. So then I was like, okay, so actually we do have news on this. So now I am interested, but it's halted at 359 or 360. That was right around here. So you can see these lines right here. This is where it was halted. So it resumes, and as you can see here, it resumes at 409. It dips down, and I bought it, and I got filled at about 407 and 410. It rips up here to 462, and I took 2,000 shares on this trade. So I sold all of it except for about 200 shares and made $1,000. 50 cents per share with 2,000 shares. Made $1,000, and just like that, you know, my 2 red streak on HEPA was broken, and I went from being down about $50 on the day to up about 800 or 900. All right, so now it's halted again. It resumes. It hits a high of 580. It pulls back, and right here on this dip, I jumped in at 550. 550, it rips up here to 6 and gets halted. All right, so it's halted here at 6. It then resumes, squeezes up to a high of 717. It does a pullback, and my next trade was a breakout. I think it was somewhere in this area. I'm not sure. Anyways, I took another trade through here, and I took another trade through this area, basically buying the pullbacks and then selling into the breakouts. The last trade that I took on it was a long at $6 right down here. So I bought right down here on resumption from the first halt going down, and I sold right up here, and that was my last trade. So trading with 2,000 share max size, I made $3,042. And in hindsight, you know, there was a part of me that was like, ooh, should I do it? Should I jump in this thing with my Sterling account, or with my new CMEG account? But I didn't even really think of it down here at 360, because I was like, no, I'm not trading in that account till next week. And so I didn't trade it down here. And of course, at this point, it had the first halt. Buying out of the first halt, that carries some risk. So I was like, I don't know. I just traded in my main account, and then all of a sudden, you know, I was up $1,000, and I was like, man, I should have taken the 300 shares with my new $2,000 margin, $500 cash account, and I could have grabbed a quick $150, you know. But it is what it is. Hopefully we see some continued momentum like this. This is the type of stock that I'm going to really hope I see during the first couple of days next week when I am focusing on the small account. But the risk is also higher, and so just something to be mindful of. But anyway, so PNRL, those were my trades there. MYSZ, quick little breakout trade. This stock got halted. There we go. Stock got halted. I jumped in it coming out of the halt. MYSZ, there we go. I jumped in it coming out of the halt. We got a quick rip up to 550 and then a sell-off. Nothing super exciting. ASLN, you know, this one I took a couple trades on, ending up down 60. A winner and then a loser. Kind of wild. You can see this nice 5-minute pattern, and I considered buying it at 240, but I was like, oh, I don't know. It's kind of below the 200. Not sure about it. Then it rips up here, and so I got in at, let's see, I think I got in up here in the 550s and kind of rode that momentum, but it wasn't the best positioning, and had a winner, and then I stopped out with a loser. Anyway, so that's that. By the way, those of you guys that didn't see it, this was, we were doing a food drive here in town over the last week, and yesterday the food was given out to about 80 families in the town, and so we put together all of these, we got all these boxes of stuffing and all this stuff. And the local CrossFit put together the turkeys. It's like a weightlifting thing that they do. And the college at Simon's Rock also helped put together some things. So that was something we were doing this week, which was kind of fun. And we want to, be thankful. Thankful Thursday, Thanksgiving here. And this nice $3,000 day was kind of an early Thanksgiving gift. And I wasn't expecting it. My expectations for the week were very low. And when you set your expectations low and then you exceed, you end up feeling good. When you set your expectations really high and you come up short, then you end up feeling, kind of bummed out. So, anyways, that was something that we were doing here in the office, and it was posted on the local community board. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. Okay, so that's about it for me. Not green on everything today, but green on more than I'm red on. Yesterday was a red day. Unfortunately, it broke a 6-day hot streak. But the hot streak didn't really end. I was down 500. I didn't hit my max loss. I didn't do anything crazy. And today I just made back everything I lost yesterday, and I'm up 6 times the daily goal. So, I'm really pleased with that. All right, so I hope you guys really enjoy Thanksgiving, enjoy the day off, and I will see you on Friday morning. And Friday, of course, is Black Friday. Our coupon code for Black Friday will end as soon as all of the coupon codes have been used. So we have a set number of the number of times it can be used. So Black Friday countdown is underway, and I hope you guys take the leap, become a member of the Warrior Trading family if you're not already. Those of you guys who are in the classes, you're welcome to upgrade from chat room to starter to pro, and continue to make your way through the courses. This is the journey. All right, so great job for those of you guys again today who made some great money, and I'll see you on Friday. All right, bye everyone.
Hey, have you seen my most popular video on YouTube? It's got over 5 million views. You can check it out right here, and check out one of my other videos on YouTube right here. I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, if you have questions, leave them down below in the comments section. I personally respond to every comment that's posted.